Okay, let me get rid of these real quick. So, first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go up to our preferences, which if you're in Windows, I believe that's under File, maybe Edit, down at the bottom usually, Preferences, and then we're going to want to select Device under Audio. And, sorry, I'm just looking at stuff. And then you can see mine says Default System Devices. But if you click the menu, you can see all kinds of things. Hopefully, for the sake of being easy, default system devices just works. If not, try some of the other things. You can see here I got a built-in microphone on my computer. I have a built-in input, which is to plug an external microphone into the computer, and a built-in output, which are my built-in speakers. And then this is some other crazy thing. Don't worry about that. So if default system devices doesn't work for you, just roll through the things, try them all out, see which one works, yada yada yada. I mean, you might see one that says USB microphone or CAD microphone or something like that, which would be your microphone. So if you aren't getting microphone levels coming in, go ahead and select something that looks like it's right. Don't worry, because you can't break your computer or anything just by selecting and trying all those out. So I'm going to hit OK. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to come over to this area. We're going to double click, and that's going to open up a track. This is going to be our instrumental track. I've pre-selected an instrumental. We're going to click it. We're going to drag it over. We're going to drop it. It's going to render. And there we go. Good to go. Oops, that was awkward. So there we go. That's our instrumental. Now what we're going to want to do is create a track for our microphone, for our recording. So we did the same thing. We double clicked in this area. Now what we want to do is, you see this little red circle button over here. It's record arm/disarm. In order to record on a track in Reaper, you have to arm the track before you start to record, which is the record button down here. So what we'll do is we'll hit record, and this is also how you test your levels. So you could see we got down here and up here, we got some nice levels coming through on my microphone. If you aren't getting anything, that's when you go back to your preferences, you select here, and if I wanted to, I could try my built-in microphone, and we would notice that we still get it. And if I hit Reaper preferences and select something like built-in input and hit apply, and okay, I get nothing anymore because it's not a microphone. There's no microphone going into my line in on the side of my computer. So preferences, and back to default system devices for me. If you don't get anything with default system devices and you do with like USB microphone or whatever it is that it's called for you, and you record, the thing that's weird here is after you're done recording, when you want to listen to it, you got to come back here and you got to select an output, which mine would be built-in output. Yours might be called line out or something like that, you know. But yeah, apply, and you see once I hit apply, we got levels coming back through again, and we hit OK. And now let's turn this down to avoid feedback. And now we'll hit record, and I'll go test, 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 1, 2, test, 1, 2, stop. And now here, if you did a bad take, you could select it, delete selected, you know, delete all, or you could hit save all, which will save it, of course. And there you go. Now you have your recording. And okay, so let's turn off this is also an arm for record down here. See, record armed, disarm. So you could select it up here, you could select it down here, it does the same thing. You could see this is track 2 here, this is track 2 here. So now what I'm gonna show you how to do is, let's say your microphone's too loud because it's really sensitive. You can see up here in this yellow area is pretty good, but sometimes if the microphone's too sensitive, it could do what's called clipping. And clipping will cause distortion and sacrifice, so to say, the quality of your recording. So this might be kind of loud. I'm going to demonstrate what clipping looks like. I'm not going to yell into the microphone or anything. I'm just going to tap the microphone on my computer and you'll see. Oh, there we go. So you see how it lit up red up here? That means I clipped. If you click it, it'll turn off and it will reset. So let's say that's happening all the time. You don't know how to get rid of it. You'll notice up here, see where it says input effects? That's only there if the track is armed for recordings. See, it says master now. So what we want to do is we want to click the arm for record button, and then we want to select input effects. Now we want to go down to Cocos, and we want to select REA Comp Cocos and hit OK. So now we have here fancy little thing with a lot of sliders, but all we're going to play with today is this wet level. Let me try something. Okay, yeah. We're going to mess with this wet level. So you see, as we turn down the wet level, the volume over here goes down. So we have nothing over there anymore. And if you keep an eye on it, as I turn it up, test, 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 we're getting levels again. So what you want to do is you want to get 2 to 4 inches away from the microphone, sing the loudest you're going to sing, and if you clip, turn it down a little bit. Sing the loudest you think you're going to sing in the whole song again, and if you don't clip, you're good to go. If you do, turn it down. If you turned it down too much, turn it up, and just play around with it a little bit until you get it exactly where you want it and where you think you aren't going to clip. If you see, if we could also turn it up if for whatever reason the microphone was too quiet, that would make us a little bit louder. So there we go. Now you could exit out of this, and if you ever want to come back, just make sure you're on record and select it again, and you'll be there. So yeah, that is basically it. Let me it is.